Hi, Meenank. Thanks a lot for joining. So let's talk about the big thing everywhere. Roads are flooded with this, like the and AI in marketing. It's been some time. Again, we are not talking on day one of AI in marketing. It's been some time. So where are you on this debate? Like, are you on the again? Do you feel that AI is really going to hurt marketers, or AI is not really going to empower them and make them a more valuable role at any company?
We often look at things based on either this or that, while on the contrary, both things are happening. Yes, it's firing those marketers at entry level jobs or someone who's just slacking on their job, it's firing them. And the experienced ones are using it for empowering themselves too. So both things are 100% happening. I would like to say that. But it's a very diplomatic answer. So I'll give you like an example of a recent agency owner that I spoke to about. What he did
Interesting.
was he had a team of like 5 to 6 people, and those were three copywriters. He fired two of them because they found out a system that they can use for copywriting using Claude and GPT.
Yes, yes. The first thing every founder thinks of.
Reducing workforce, yeah. And there is a trend going around. There's a website actually, it's called AI 2027. And this is a website where the AI engineers from ChatGPT and other OpenAI and other places have contributed, saying that this is what AI would look like in 2027. And they have written a lot of things like, okay, this won't be there, this would be completely automated, etc. I think that's an immense resource that marketers are not looking at. They should be looking at right now for sure. But other than that, yes, it's coming. It's taking up many jobs. It's doing a lot of grunt work, and that's why you got to be upskilled on it. Right now, a marketer is expected to work with AI agents. That's like a compulsory, uh, skill set that is drawn
Skill,
into
yeah.
uh, the job role. Like without that, I don't think you're even qualified to be a marketer. So 100% as a marketer, if you want to continue this path, you have to get in.
So you have been playing with AI agents recently.
With AI agents, yes, I tried my hands on and failed terribly. It's harder than it looks. Than those LinkedIn posts where they're like,
Yes.
oh, we built an AI agent, it's automating everything. They show like a multi step thing. I'm like, okay, fine, let me just try it. It fails all the time. So, but that's a part
Yeah,
of,
but
yeah.
every time you open LinkedIn, you just feels like, oh, I know AI agent, I know AI is doing things. I am also using AI in my marketing, but why do I feel that I am 10 years behind the people on the LinkedIn? And I feel it is always the same, when you open a LinkedIn, you feel like, you are way behind the trend, although that trend is going to stay for the next 5 or 10 years, and the adoption of that technology is very slow usually. But on LinkedIn, it feels like you are lagging behind. Don't you think so?
100%. On top of it, you also see AI is getting updated every single day. So it's easy to say that I'm behind because every single day there's a new update coming in. For example, today's new update. Before this, I was just looking at the news. Notebook LM has launched like a video output thing. It was just audio, right? And the video output looks amazing. And coming
Really?
from Notebook LM, which is like one of the underrated tools in
In
AI.
the AI
AI world,
race.
yeah.
So it is really really good. So yeah, that's the latest news, right? Nobody knows it. It just came out
It's new
today.
for us, yeah.
Yeah.
So, based on those 10 posts, even I will open my LinkedIn. Out of five, there will be this AI tool helped me generate 40 leads. Comment playbook, comment you are great in AI, comment this and that. So, have you commented? That's the first question. Second, how many have you really tried if you have?
I saw a lot of comments of Minang on a few posts. I don't lie, I have seen his comments.
You got me there. Yes, I've commented because I want to see what's exactly under the hood, right? So yes, I did comment, and I ended up using none of them.
Always the same case. Yeah, you comment in 100 of those posts because those posts seems so tempting. And a lot of times I have commented on those posts, and I have never received a lot of those
Yes.
playbooks as
Oh
well. It
yes,
happens a lot of time.
a lot.
Yes, I guess if you comment 10 times, 7 times you will not receive anything. 3 times when you will receive, you will maybe see, okay, now it's in my inbox. I'll try it later. And
Yeah.
let's say for 1 in a million chance, if we even go to try, you're not gonna figure out where is the API key. Why is that Google Cloud not working?
No,
Okay, Google
yeah,
Workspace is not Google Cloud, which will give me the API key. You will come up with these questions later on.
and
Right.
even the post that promises that you will get this and this output of this, it never the case.
Never the
It's
case.
never that useful ad it is being promised in the post. So
100%.
LinkedIn being LinkedIn.
Yeah. And I remember the first time I was trying to connect the Google this thing, and that was and I ended up with some course issue or something, and that was like too hard to figure it out. So 100%.
Yes, that was the first. I tried to create an N8N agent to, use Google Docs and Sheets.
Yeah.
Then I
You know
then
that
I
issue. Yeah.
then I found out that you cannot do the Docs and Sheets will not give you an API key. You will have to go to Google Cloud Central, which is totally different.
Create like an
Normal,
app or something, and yeah, do
exactly.
random things like that. Yeah.
Then Google does not approve any API request within 24 hours. It will take you time. And I was
100%.
really believing on that LinkedIn post where it was written you will do it in 60 minutes. So there are some roadblocks nobody talks about. So on the LinkedIn part, Meenank, we have known you for a bit and we know that you have really helped brands grow their company LinkedIn also. That's also some of the topics or things people really don't want to talk about. Even a marketer don't want to talk about to their founder because they don't have any KPI. So you have done amazing work in helping brands grow with employee generated content. So I want to get some insights on that. That let's say if you are doing today, what are you really going to do, and in which companies this really works, or how does this work for a remote first company?
It's actually really, really simple. First, there has to be a main thought leader in the company. Someone, it's either the CMO or the CEO. And once the company sees the leader is doing everything and they would want to do, then it becomes super easy to convince. The way
Okay.
I did that in my previous company is there was a CEO doing all the good stuff. Great, it was working. And we created like a playbook about LinkedIn. It was like a 5-6 page this thing on how to do the profile, how to do XYZ things, tailored to the organization. And then once that is done, you do workshops, 2 or 3 workshops to implement it, because if you just tell them to implement, they wouldn't implement. And after that, you gamify the whole process, make like a small leaderboard, etc. One good example for this is this company called HeyReach, and I think Clay is also doing good. What Clay, apart from Clay doing influencer marketing, everyone knows about that. They have internal competition going on where they're posting to, the team is forced to post tutorials, and whoever gets the maximum likes or something gets like a trip to Hawaii or something. I don't know, right? They had this kind of competitions or like a 1 week off or something like that they're getting. The incentive is big enough, and that forces them to create content with your own tool, and makes you understand the tool better. So these kind of activities would truly, truly help. That's the way I would do.
Okay. And to get more insight into it, number one, I want to ask you why one should be looking at this particular channel of employee generated content. Why a brand particular, maybe B2B SaaS or any product company, why they should be looking at it. And you told me about, the incentives and everything, and what type of content, from their employees profile they should be, posting or using, because that is the first blocker when you think, when anyone, even let's say if I convince you that you should be doing it, the first question you will have here, what type of content I should be doing? And that's where, most people stops. So I wanted to know those two aspects as well.
Absolutely. So why should they be doing it is a really good question. There's a theory on the internet called the dead internet theory. It says that by 2026 or 7, everything will be AI generated and the internet would be dead. Dead in the sense it won't be dead. It's more like it won't have its soul, kind of a
Yeah.
theory, basically. And when everyone is just copy pasting content from Chat GPT, this is like a unique experiment where people would love to hear from all the employees about their experiences within the company or their motivations, etc. They're not just forced to post about company. They're not forced on anything. They're just like, we want you to create content. Do on whatever topic you are interested in. That's the approach that should be taken, because ultimately people are going to get profile visits. People are going to see that, okay, this person belongs to so and so company, etc. So that's why they should be asked to post on LinkedIn. Not forced again. They were like, I'll tell you, in Hey Digital, they were like around 40. You can say around 35, 36 signed up to post. The rest were like truly, truly busy. So you're like, fine, you can join in later, 3 months later down the line or something. So they should not be forced for sure, because this is the kind of thing it should be enjoyed and not forced. Secondly, if your one CEO is posting, that's just one account, but you're maximizing the reach by getting through multiple different accounts. Your SDR might be connected to other SDRs. Your CMO must be connected to other CMOs and other marketers, marketing heads, etc. Your CEO is connected to other founders and everything. Now imagine all of you are posting together. You're just targeting B2B companies at scale, all for free, while posting value. Versus if you want to get visibility on such a scale, like any LinkedIn post would give you a minimum of 1,000 impressions, if any decent LinkedIn post. And let's say at the end of the week, your CEO gets around, the lowest is 5,000 impressions. The other people have just stacked up. You had like 10 people. The lowest you're going to get is another 15, 20,000 impressions. And that's like 30,000 impressions out of nowhere, right? That's per week. Now, this is on the lower end. People have gotten millions of impressions. Millions. That's for free. All while posting on LinkedIn. When LinkedIn is ready to boost organic content. And the most important part, you can also run it as thought leader ads. That's another cool thing that LinkedIn is facilitating this year. And for the outreach guys who are not running ads, they actually extract the likes and comments and start like a sequence of some sort. Basically, warm sequence, like an inbound led outbound kind of a sequence. So there are a lot of benefits to post on LinkedIn. You just see the organic layer and be like, okay, it's just social media. No, you can either go the outreach route, you can either go the ads route, or you can just do organic. Everything helps, but for that you just need to be doing organic first. So that's how it is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You
And
made
you
it
said
easy.
that
Yeah.
in the last 6 to 12 months, LinkedIn has introduced this thought leadership ad feature. So, and I am also seeing a lot of people, their thought leader content promoted in my feed. So, how do you see it as an attempt? Because let's remove it and go back to the previous era where it was not present. So, doing lead generation from the content directly or having some KPIs would have been a bit tougher, I guess, before this ad. But when you really post you are basically just putting money behind the same content, and then you are able to see the KPIs. Okay, now these people are really liking it, and these people are really viewing my profile. So how does that help in KPIs, or explaining to your founder that invest, let's say, $500, and then you will see the results I am talking about?
So the way you measure LinkedIn ads is not SQLs. Basically, people just don't click LinkedIn ads and go to a website and sign up to your booking call and etc. It doesn't work like Google or something. It works based on impressions, and what happens is people see the ad over time. People start seeing your posts over time. And in the B2B buying process, which is like around 3 to 6 months, sales cycles and all, it takes that much time when they're comparing you with others and etc. Your awareness game should be on top so that everyone in the buying journey, like from the SDR to, you call it buying committee, basically from SDR to others, suggests your product to the people in charge of making the decision of buying the tool. And that's why you gotta be doing this and maximizing your brand awareness as much as possible. Immediately when you say put $500 and see where it goes, yes, you might not get any result by the end of the month. But that's why tools like factors exist that show you like an entire touch point that, okay, this person has interacted here, this person has interacted with the ad, etc. Without an attribution tool, you're 100% going blind. Then you don't know exactly what's happening. You know something is working out, but you don't know exactly what's working out. But with the tool like factors, which we used to use, we know the exact process. Okay, this guy clicked this ad last week. This other person from this same company clicked this ad, this thing. They visited the website and they went to the pricing page. Factors gives you all that data, and I truly like that aspect. And if you use such kind of tools, you won't be asking question like, how is this making an impact? So
Absolutely. So I was reading you through your profile. I did some homework on your profile, and I also see that you have helped, you have grown a particular, community from zero to I think 15,000 plus members, you know, in one of the organizations. So I would love to understand from your point of view how to grow a community, and at
100%.
first place, why a brand should be looking at it.
So let's first clarify what communities we're talking about, because nowadays everyone seems to be creating WhatsApp groups on LinkedIn saying
Yeah,
that I've created an exclusive WhatsApp community for marketers trying to discuss
comment,
marketing strategies. That's the entire post.
comment community to join.
Yeah, and we never receive the community invite. That again.
Yeah,
And even if you receive it, it's like the worst.
yeah,
They
yeah.
start
It's
ads from the second day. Nobody's discussing anything. Everybody's posting randomly. There's nothing rules and everything.
yeah,
Or it's not even a community. It's like a broadcast channel. I'm like, are you serious? Like, why do you want to create like an advertising? People are not signing up to be your advertisement, okay? To
yeah.
watch all your ads. So it doesn't work like that. So that is the bad way of doing community management. The good way of doing community management is first stop. I mean, let's start with the why. Why should you even consider it? Because it's cost effective and boosts brand loyalty. And it's extremely hard for them to, and reduces churn for sure. It's extremely hard that to maintain one community properly. There's a
Mhm.
lot of things involved. Like a community manager they dedicate community manager for one, and then a community manager has to do the onboarding for every single community member. They have to keep them active. So it increases the likelihood of the customer using your tool more. That's another thing, and reduces churn for sure. And you're also giving like an add-on basically. Like
Right,
imagine ClickFunnels, right? ClickFunnels, you can sign up, you can create landing pages, etc. But what if there was a community and people are sharing more things around? Okay, I created this funnel, this is how it worked. This is an easy plugin to use. Similar thing with N8N, similar thing with Clay, similar thing with everything. The biggest example that B2B SaaS owners will understand is Clay. Clay is
right,
doing meetups everywhere, and these are in-person meetups. Highly powerful. The word is being spread. You already know it. But again, founders are very scared to invest in these kind of things because they expect ROI from it, like how much is my CAC reduced or something. If you're doing that kind of calculation, community is not for you.
right.
Even LinkedIn is not for you. How can you exactly say how much your cost per lead has come down with LinkedIn activities? It's super hard. You have to do a lot of things. So
Yeah,
that's why community massively expands your brand awareness.
yeah. And how can one grow a community?
Number one, posting on LinkedIn.
Okay.
You can make posts like that, but you got to be really, really careful.
Mhm.
Second thing is you should not be looking at a community in a way of I want more members. You should be looking at community in a way of I want less members but quality crowd. And especially in B2B, quality crowd makes a lot of sense.
Right.
If you are adding everything, the community feels like yeah, it's just for open for everyone. People won't feel exclusive and such.
Mhm.
But if you make it like super, super niche and only let in select people with a good onboarding questionnaire, etc. And obviously, if you want more members, you can just show what your community is offering.
Right.
Some communities offer cheat sheets, some community offers like community only webinars. Invite experts and do these kind of things just for the community, not for anyone else. So there has to be some sort of an exclusive thing that people want to see, oh, what's going inside? I want to be a part of it. Exit5 is doing a good job like this. That's a good example. Then Next Play is another community doing good. And there are multiple such communities. Pavilion is one of the big ones in B2B. That's doing good. So,
And when we
yeah.
are talking about the communities, do you feel that it is particularly very good for some particular type of industries that in which, these communities works the best, or is it, any type of industry can leverage from?
Yes, some particular industries have more advantage than the other ones.
Mhm.
Whereas the other ones are like typically you start to wonder, okay, why do I even need a community for this kind of tool?
Right.
So don't force a community just because this thing. The main use case I've seen for community, absolute amazing use case, I would say, is there's this testing phase of the product, the beta testers and everything. And
Yes.
that's one of the first ways that you can get your first 100 users. And community is like an amazing way to get those first 100 users out there. And many people, like I just spoke about this on YouTube some 1 or 2 years ago. It's the video had around like 300 views or something. And I'll tell you, see what happens. These people just come to me find me on LinkedIn, and they're just like, I want to start like a beta testing this thing. How can I get started with community? Just from that video. These are like direct on calls. They don't even discuss much. Like, where can I book a call? I send them the payment link, they book a call, and that's how it happens. It's pretty insane. So like in an age where everyone can build SaaS tools, getting those 100 users is hard. Community plays like an extremely easy role, makes the path much more easier if you're trying to get those 100 users, especially via the beta testing.
That's a usual success problem when you become an influencer, isn't it?
Yeah.
People find your various ways and come to you. That I saw one of that post of yours. Interesting, but super interesting. I also have seen, that you have worked, you have hosted a lot of webinars with SU experts and all. So, and it is also one of the channel that a lot of B2B companies want to leverage, but they don't know exactly, how to leverage this particular thing. But they know one thing, that webinars are good for our business, but they don't know the playbook. They don't know anything about it. So can you, give me some kind of idea about, if a particular brand, B2B brand, is looking to leverage and use webinars as one of their channels, how can they see it and how can they plan it?
Yes, many people would love to look at webinars in terms of, okay, how many can I do? Rather than doing one quality webinar that gets in all the hype people and everything into it. I would focus on the latter. The way to do webinars is take an inspiration from those edu-coaches, I would say, because they have mastered the game. That's their only funnel. Edu-coaches, for example, I would say Tony Robbins or Anik Singhal, or these kind of people. Just take inspiration on the webinar, not on the other fronts. So yeah, they come across as salesmen.
You didn't mention Ankur Warikoo.
Ankur Warikoo is a little, but no, Anik Singhal and Tony Robbins are like, take it to a whole new level.
Yeah,
That's what.
absolutely.
So, and Tony Robbins, everyone knows it. Now, Grant Cardone, on the other hand, if he's still doing webinars right now, his thing is like, I'm not going to do webinars. I'm just going to do in-person events and charge more. That's what he's been doing. So take an inspiration from that. They will start creating hype around the webinar. They'll say webinar has freebies. They say if you attend the webinar, these are the things you'll take away. So why are you not creating freebies for your webinar? Why are you not creating the exact clear takeaways for your webinar? Then they also do like a reminder emails as well. 1 day to go, 1 hour to go, and etc. Not too many. They do too many, but you have to do like in a select 3 or 4 max. Why aren't you doing that too? All you're doing is basically a Zoom invite that just goes 1 hour ago. Like, that doesn't make sense. Even in Zoom, you can just set it up, 1 day, 2 day, multiple reminders. And post event is where people just forget everything.
Right.
Like, why aren't you putting them in your lead flow, nurturing, basically? Why aren't you asking them questions on how the event went, if they found any value, anything they want to say? These are the things that you can take, deliver those freebies after the event as well, the recording, every single thing. And ask them, like, let's say 100 people attended, ask them that, would you like to join the newsletter? I think if they found real good value in a webinar, you can expect 30 to 40, 50% easy conversion if the webinar was truly valuable, right? So that's another thing. Keep only webinar only offers, but don't be too salesy. Webinar only offers are like, just for this webinar, since you guys are attending, our tool costs around $20 a month. We are just giving it for $5 or something like that. It has to be really this thing. Or maybe $20 plus our onboarding expert will come and give you like a personalized strategy, book a call with you, and be with you until you set up your own automation or something like that, Then people are going to be like, wow, that guy is going to be there, help me set up the automation. Max to max, 1 month is going to go in payment. I'm like, screw it, I'll pay $20. That's how you increase conversions, basically. Adding extra things on top of this thing. Otherwise, think from a random perspective. Webinar is boring. Why do they want to come hear you talk about an ad unless you have a specific insight that you really want to explain?
Right.
So that's a specific insight you need to be advertising everywhere, that this is exactly what is happening outside. I'll give you a good example in your industry itself.
Okay.
AI is taking over SEO, right?
Right.
People are LLMs are ranking on, Google is not, the search traffic is dropping, and LLMs are ranking. And we've discovered these exact 5 ways that you can start your LLM based SEO motion. And that's
Right.
what we're going to discover. That's what we're going to tell in the webinar, so that you can start your own LLM based motion with your in-house marketer. That's a really good way of getting people in. Why aren't you doing that, right?
Absolutely. Great,
Yeah.
great insight. Absolutely. And it is a very high time that if I just create a webinar with that topic, a lot of folks are going to jump in and would
100%.
love to. And not only the ICPs, it's also the other SEO managers who wanted to learn
Yes,
from it.
exactly. I'll get those people and deliver good value. Like step 1, step 2, step 3, and other thing. And then in the end, make like a soft pitch saying that, I mean, if you have an in-house marketer, definitely give him this playbook. Don't forget to download the resource and etc. Tell him like that. And if you don't have an in-house marketer and if he's busy or burnt out, you can obviously contact us. We are happy to book a call and etc. Just slide into my DMs, nothing else. Don't sell more than
Absolutely.
that. Then you're completely fine. You delivered value. You've done your soft pitch. People have heard it. They're not dumb people. That's it. What does you want to do, right? You can't like force, sell, calculate the money coming out of the webinar.
Yeah, that's a brilliant, playbook. I would say you have given a lot of good pointers for particular someone who's thinking of a webinar. I am sure that they will get a good value out of it. Yeah.
Yes, I guess the CTA really matters when it's B2B, because you cannot, even after the webinar, you cannot say just get book a demo right now. Here's the button and it's $5 less. So you might need to really be soft while pushing that CTA, and then expect that if the value was enough, definitely you're gonna see come back pretty soon.
100%.
So, with the webinars, community, and these trending things, in the last 3 years, community building was so much hyping that, as you said, every other post in LinkedIn, they create a community and they forget about it. Similarly, webinars after the education coaches and all that, they also went to the next level. So, in the next 3 years, when you know that Google search is really not really, it's tough to attribute now how much people are able to generate via SEO. Again, organic reach is always on a decline. Even LinkedIn right now is pushing, but again, it's expected to go down the line. So if we compare between, let's say, influencer marketing, performance marketing, and community building, what do you see getting hyped in the next 3 years and getting in the list of top of list of the founders and marketers?
You're right on the community part. I would say push that, because people see it as like a novelty. They haven't tried it out. I want to see this channel. That's the kind of mindset they come up with. And then they start doing it. And that's why I would see that community growing a lot. People would be talking more about it. But this community guy doesn't has to be just a community manager, but also needs to dabble with AI, put some automations in, etc. Those kind of things need to be happening for sure. Influencer, they might hear Clay or someone do it and then they will try it out for 1 or 2 months. It's not going to work because you're not entering into it fully and you're seeing
Mm.
it from a long lens again. Like when I spoke to the CEO of Storylane 4 days ago, what he said is we look at it from a brand awareness perspective and not like a CAC, how much this has reduced perspective. And that's why you see Storyline everywhere. People are all
Right.
talking about it. And that's why you see us successful, not because we do that minute granular calculations, which doesn't make sense for every random thing. So that's how it is ultimately.
Yes,
If you
I
want to
guess
do those CAC calculations, it's performance marketing, obviously.
Mhm.
But if you really want to build a brand, these are the things you got to be doing right again. LinkedIn as a channel works. You just got to be doing it right.
Yep, everybody sees Storyline everywhere. They have
Yeah.
created ads. Their social media is really
So
unique
bang on.
And again, that can only happen when every week founder is not doing a meeting with you and asking you to write down, okay, what's the ROI? I gave you this
Or
$10,000 budget, and where have you put it? That's going to be the key for brand awareness. So taking it for the next, let's say we have a tool, or let's see for a dummy brand like AI based B2B SaaS hiring tool. They help the, you can say, 51 or like 500 employees plus audience to hire the candidates more like faster and more precisely with their AI enabled features.
right.
And basically they help, you can say, junior HRs, because let's say you have recruited new HRs, it will take some time for them to really understand your work culture and policy. So that AI assistant really help them to do that onboarding task super fast. And then founder has given Meenank a budget of, let's say, a $10,000, not huge, for the quarter. Again, you have that kind of a calculation to be done, or a KPI to be proved in the next 3 months. So what you are really going to jump into?
First thing is looking at the SMB market. Yes, it's a different market than the market that you mentioned. But if I weren't looking at the SMB market, I would be making a huge mistake because my competitors will come in and take over that market. Let's take an example of HubSpot, Salesforce, etc.
Yep.
HubSpot does for enterprises and for SMBs too.
Yes.
Salesforce too does for SMBs and enterprise as well. If Salesforce says, I just want to go towards enterprise and leave SMBs, HubSpot will take over every single of their
Absolutely.
customer. That's a huge brand awareness loss, huge customer loss, huge revenue loss, etc. So my first job would be to convince the founder that even SMBs would be benefited. Because for a $10,000 budget, you might as well target SMBs and get in some share of those people. So I would not miss that would be a big GTM mistake if you are completely ignoring SMBs altogether. So that would be my first thing, which is to get the SMBs, get at least some portion of the SMB market. With a $10,000 budget, I would first start with LinkedIn for sure. And since it's a B2B SaaS product, again, LinkedIn. And since it's a hiring tool, again, it's going to be LinkedIn. If it was social media or something, I would have considered TikTok, etc. But it's going to be LinkedIn. I would actually create thought leadership content, boost it as ads. I think that would be around $2,000 budget for something. After that, I would start doing webinars again. And actually showcase how the tool works. Because with AI tool, I've seen how those tool works. It's insanely good. I would spend another 2K on just the website alone.
Okay.
Because I want them to experience the AI talking to the recruiter, etc. The AI recruiter within the website itself. And I've experienced such a tool for hiring. I forgot the name. And when I spoke, I didn't believe when my friend said, dude, hiring is just going to be replaced with AI. So when I tried that tool, and I spoke to it for good 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it understood every single thing. And then I understood the real power of that tool.
Right.
So why am I creating a friction by adding a demo, right? I would eliminate it completely.
Give them a option to directly do a call and
Yeah.
experience it.
Another $1,000 I would put on case studies alone, because case studies is super important for a product like this. Like, what exactly is this AI guy even doing, right? So people need to know. And I would debate on publishing a paper, AI tools or hiring sort of a thing. How much hiring wastes time or something. It's a highly authoritative thing, but it takes a lot of time. So I would debate based on the company's resources whether we should create such a hiring in 2025, etc. kind of a thing. Although that paper would really work right now. Why? Because
Absolutely.
there's like a narrative that's going on, strong narrative that's going on, that with AI agents and everything, there's only a 5-member team is all you need to scale a startup.
Yep.
Anything above 5, you're at a risk of bloat, basically. And during that time, you're creating a paper on hiring practices and everything. That's like it's currently in tune with the market. So you got to be creating that kind of paper. I would 100% go and create that kind of paper because it's currently in tune with the market. 6 months ago, this was not the case. 6 months ago, it was something else. I think you would create something around SDRs. People were debating, do we need SDRs or not? So that was the basic thing. I would create the paper and basically keep repeating this entire process. Nothing else.
Understood. Yep. I guess with that kind of budget, organic and LinkedIn content, and because the industry is HR, you are targeting CHROs, you're targeting senior managers, they really rely, they open LinkedIn every day. And you really want to engage them. And I guess if you want to prove it within 3 months, you may even start a small newsletter, just let's say 12 editions to be published in the next 3 months. And then on the 10th and 11th editions, you're really giving them demo. You're really being a little bit pussy after giving them some case studies and examples and everywhere about the eight editions of the newsletter. And also you highlighted the point of SMBs. This is again, I guess, so this again, like for brand who are directly targeting 500 employees plus, definitely they need case studies and successful stories of SMBs, because any enterprise company will not hear them even if they haven't worked with any such brand. So
Yes.
but yeah, founder has a point at that point that we are, our tool is sellable at a right price for a team which has at least 5 6 junior HRs. So that might be a point where they sound significantly good for the enterprise as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think
and
this
Minang, when
might
you
be a
were,
good thing is, yeah.
yeah, when you were telling about the different channel, I heard that you haven't considered the performance marketing. So where would you place that particular thing in this particular case?
Performance marketing goes without saying. Afterwards, I would, with the remaining budget, I would just put into performance. Google Ads for
Hmm.
sure. There's a definite Google Ads play over here because
Mhm.
people are searching for AI hiring tools and everything. Like, look at the people's behavior. Let's see what's actually happening. People are 100% will search on Google on how to this thing. HRs are a little old school on tech, so you might as well do the SEO and the Google Ads play over there for sure. There's no
Mm.
way you're without doing that, you're just creating a marketing plan. Impossible. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. Awesome, but yeah, I
But my
think
priority, because I'm from a content social this thing, what I know I'm gonna do the best, right? So
true.
that's how I would approach with LinkedIn, etc. first. But there
Mm.
are other performance marketers who would just completely ignore LinkedIn and all of this and just go with the
For
building an
marketing thing.
authority and remove all that and just go with the performance and ads perspective. Both are
Yeah,
not wrong. It's on individuals' perspectives. But for me, I'm like a person who tries to build authority and then tries to sell. That's
absolutely.
the thing.
But that's a very super interesting, playbook for anyone in this domain. So if you are from this domain, I think Minang has already given you a free consultation without even paying anything.
A lot of things can be done, like HR's community. If you just want to do community route, right?
Mm.
Different routes can be done. You just have to sit and brainstorm exactly how much time do you have, when do you want the ROI, what exactly are you looking for, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Based on that, you can choose the channel.
Amazing. The next question I have for you, I've seen in your profile that you have also, got a lot of views for one particular podcast that you have worked previously, I think 1.6 million. And I saw very clearly you have written that don't ask me how I did it, but I would definitely love to do that as we have also started this podcast particular kind of thing and we wanted to grow it. So we would love to understand how we can do it.
It's very simple. It's hard to execute it. It's not actually hard to execute also. It's that people don't see it as a worth
Mhm.
executing.
Okay.
The way I see it is at any point in the market, if you're in the market, there are people who, I mean, there's certain debate going on in people's minds. For example, is AI replacing people? That's one thing. Or AI recruiting or around something around that. Or agents, right? If you can match the podcast with that particular topic that's going around in the market and create the short clips. Again, nobody's going to watch the entire video. Create short
Right.
clips like with a hook in the start,
Mhm.
following the best reel and YouTube short practices and create such kind of a video for 60 to 120 seconds max. That's when you're going to succeed. Most people, what they do, they just give it to a editor. The editor will cut randomly. Or they just give it to an AI tool. AI tool will do a good job, but it will do random cuts too. Like while talking with you, my brain is already thinking, oh, this could be a good topic that they
Yes.
can
Yeah,
use.
yeah, absolutely.
That's already
Same here.
there in my head. Like this could be a
Right,
great
right.
topic that they will if they publish, it's gonna go good.
Yeah.
So that eye for okay, what can go viral, right? If you can cut and create like a really good shot, invest good money and make a good shot of it.
Right.
That would go really, really good. And that's what we did also, in fact.
Mhm.
That's why the reel got 1.6 million views. We published it on multiple places, YouTube Short, Instagram, etc. And on LinkedIn too, with Dylan, we got some great views. We did a similar kind of a thing. Great views again.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Then we should be doing it, Vivek. I think Vivek was also noting down some points when you were saying that
It's
about the
a good
podcast.
social media playbook, It's like, that's why I say, that's why I'm like, I don't have time to do all the ads and etc. Social media itself is so vast. I could be doing
Absolutely.
this, I could be doing that, I could be cutting clips, I could be doing thought leadership, I could be doing community, or a mix of all. I could be doing webinars. Like, where do I have time to do performance? So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Super interesting.
So now switching to the context where I guess you are the really the top of the person who can really answer them. Not lot of people even in Bangalore may be able to answer these correctly. So look, you have really and I have talked to you. And if I tell that those details to anybody else, they're really gonna be jealous of you that you have enjoyed the really good remote marketer life. How it's been shown in LinkedIn. Take a laptop, go to Thailand, go to Bali, go to that place and just live your life. You have actually done that. And I know that many marketers, if they are listening this, they would love to really jump to this segment again and again. Just I would like to know, let's say you have 30-day of timeline and now you really want to get a remote job, basically for a non-Asian brand or like a non-Indian country from US, UK or somewhere else. So what's your 30-day game plan to get that and then again start your remote dreamy kind of a life?
As a
First,
marketer.
yeah, as a marketer, good stuff, good stuff. So first step is portfolio creation, because you're targeting people outside India, and outside India, you need a lot more trust so that they could hire you. Like, they could hire someone of their own city or some place, right? Why would they want to
Correct.
hire all the way across someone who's already in a different time zone, whom you don't know how they would actually do it? So first step is creating a good portfolio. You can use tools like Fueler. If not Fueler, you can use Notion and pair it with a tool called Super. The result is like amazing. I'm sure I'll give the link to Vivek and Saurabh. They'll just display it like a portfolio that comes in. So first thing is creating that portfolio first. And portfolio should be like, the portfolio itself as like an art. Give it solid 5 days for it, because that's your main thing. You're not going to touch it again and again. So give it a solid 5 days, create a portfolio, format it nicely, make sure it flows like a good landing page or something. Next up is your resume. I use a tool called Rezi, R-E-Z-I. Yes, we are in a world where we don't need resumes, but we just need the resume to pass through. Like, give it like an
Yes.
example, glance. People are
Right.
not taking everything in it seriously, but just glancing it. So we need a resume for sure. I use a tool called Rezi. It optimizes everything based on the job description. So I would do that. Then after that, I would, for the next 10 days, I would just post on LinkedIn and optimize my profile and keep posting on LinkedIn, because these guys would be looking at my profile. One of the reasons why I get jobs remote so easily is because of the personal brand, nothing else.
Right.
So I would have to do some sort of a personal branding exercise until the end of 30 days. So I'd be doing that. So after I do that, what else? We still have a time remaining. Then keep applying for jobs on LinkedIn itself, which are remote. You should not be going to websites like Monster or Indeed or something, because
Yeah.
I feel those are for traditional companies that are still
Absolutely.
in the old mindset of those websites, and those
Right.
websites are barely surviving to Naukri, for example, yeah,
It's
right?
a very
Yes.
traditional way of,
Yeah,
hiring. And I don't think the kind of job that you're looking for, you will get hired through, these
100%. For example,
websites.
if I'm trying to hire a candidate who knows the inbound led outbound playbook,
Yeah. You won't find it on
there's
the
no one on
Monster.
Naukri. I would expect to know,
100%.
right?
100%.
This whole thing. So that's why. So
And
LinkedIn is again the best thing, I would say. And there are
absolutely.
websites like 4dayweek.
Hmm.
Specifically for remote jobs. There are many websites around that. I would focus on getting on those websites and start applying every single day, everywhere. And once you apply, don't just click on easy apply and just leave it. You know,
Spend some
reach
good
out to the
time.
founder, maybe do a little this thing. And if there's And while you apply, what happens is you'll find 2 or 3 roles that are absolutely like, oh, this is the role I want to really, really go into. For those kind of roles, you go to the extra mile, which is create like a small video for them. Or if the role, let's say, is like a strategy role, create a simple strategy and give them, this is a 30-day head start. This is what I'll be doing if I join your company. Which founder on this planet would not consider that, right?
Absolutely.
They might make a post on you too.
Yeah. And
They'll be like, this
absolutely,
guy is looking, we couldn't hire, but I think, something like that. They might do it if you're lucky. If not, it's fine. You just made a good friend. So it's like that,
and absolutely in the times when you have tools like, Claude and Replit, and when you can, sit at home and create some kind of very wealthy tools, or maybe, anything. It could be a lot of,
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Great point.
So if you could make that along with the video, if you can, find their problem and can create a, tool kind of thing, and they can pitch it. So imagine the value that you're giving it to them before being hired. So absolutely, you have to stand out and you have to think like this. And I think the AI tools have made it a lot easier to stand out in this particular thing, because a lot of people don't have the idea about it. And for marketers who are thinking to, looking for the jobs which are, better than the other ones, that should
Absolutely.
definitely consider these things.
One last hack. This is a good hack, by the way. There are Indian startup founders. Everyone is Indian in the company, or people from somewhere, multiple places, mostly Indian. But the company is registered in SF, or,
Yes. These are too many. There are too many companies.
Too
Tons
many,
of
in fact.
companies,
Too
So
many.
tons
many.
of companies.
This is, in fact, in these companies, it's super easy to get in because they're already
Yes,
hiring
Yes,
Indians.
absolutely.
as an agency, we have targeted US market, and when we create list, we put location as North America or US, and we see founder. And then when I go to their people, I see
The employees,
people are
yeah.
from Jaipur, people are from Mumbai.
Yeah.
Whole of their 50 people, 60, 100 people team is all from India, and the product is registered in the US. The company is all US. It's getting funded from US, but the whole of their team is from the India. So I think
Absolutely.
that's a
These are
super
the
hack.
companies that are easier to get into because,
Absolutely.
and the main thing you should really note is the funds should be coming to your bank account from outside India.
Okay.
That is where the advantage is. If the
Taxation
funds are
part.
coming from within India, then there's no advantage at all. Because again, you'll have to pay Indian taxes and everything.
Yeah,
If it's coming from
absolutely.
outside India, there is a tax hack, which is you are not filing taxes as an employee, but as a business owner.
Okay.
And as a business owner, you can obviously do a lot of tax related stuff.
Who knows better than us? Now Mr. Meenank has switched the role to a financial advisor for the people.
Most people don't know. And
Yes.
I'm very
Absolutely.
shocked that they don't know. I'm like, dude, I
Yeah.
haven't paid any tax because I've naturally written it off on a lot of things. It's
So,
perfectly legal. It's not like some illegal activity we're talking about. It's fully legal, fully within everything. So 100%.
we will not be sharing this to any police headquarters or anywhere. So coming back to, like you said, portfolio is and LinkedIn, these are two really important channels. But let's say somebody is creating a portfolio for Indian brands and somebody is creating for a totally native US brands and want to get hired in the native US brand. So is there something different that they should be doing while creating the portfolio, or maybe during the interview process or the preparations they should be doing something different which puts them at a better position for that audience?
You should not put your Indian copywriting portfolio to a foreign audience. Most people do that. They put their Swiggy notification copy or any other thing to their foreign audience and they don't understand it.
Yeah.
That is instant failure. They don't get it.
Right.
They neither understand the language, nor understand the culture, nor understand the reference. What are you trying to do by sending the same portfolio, right?
Absolutely.
So that is what you need to be careful about. If it's a different role, people get mixed as well. Create a different portfolio, I would say. Don't try to mix everything in one portfolio.
Right.
Your core message will get lost. For example,
Got it.
I've been considering multiple things basically. Like community management is a different portfolio or marketing is a different portfolio. That's like an internal debate going on. But then I realized I want to lean more on marketing roles as such. with a bit of community, not like an entire community, because marketing
Mm.
and content creation, etc., is the fun part. So for me at least. So I've been debating with myself like that. But otherwise, if you're like a graphic designer, turn something, etc., definitely have different portfolios. Don't do the same.
Understood.
Amazing. So I think we have discussed a lot of good things. So moving, I think, to the last section of the podcast or questions,
Mhm.
like I would love to understand, in the age of AI, how are you learning? What are the some of the resources that you can share and you can share with us that we can learn from?
It's super simple. It's YouTube
Mm.
and newsletters. That's basically the two main sources. And third is obviously LinkedIn, where everyone just keeps posting some new agent.
So
So
can you name a few LinkedIn channels that you have been consuming the newsletters
Ruben
and
Hasid
link?
is a good one. He posts a lot about AI. Then on on email, there's a newsletter called AI with Kyle. That's another good one. For marketers, Lenny's newsletter is a good one. Then what else? I'm just looking through my email. I follow a lot with AI with Kyle, basically. Lenny's newsletter is good. And then multiple other people, have certain newsletters which I sometimes read from. GTM Strategist is a good one by Maha.
Mhm.
That's like a good this thing for marketers. If you just want AI, YouTube has some crazy channels. Another underrated channel is basically for Indians especially is this guy called Ansh Srivastava.
Okay.
Yeah, he makes like a good videos on. I'll tell you. Wait, it's not Ansh. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the exact name. It's called the
Sure.
Cutting Edge School on
Okay,
YouTube. So
interesting.
definitely search for it. Great channel for creating. He explains everything like from a beginner's perspective. Search for Cutting Edge School on YouTube. You'll be good. Otherwise, if you see anything that happens, just search for terms like vibe coding, right? You'll see people trying to build a lot of good stuff. Fireship is a good channel on YouTube, and Y Combinator obviously discusses a lot about the AI and the cultural aspect on it, right? So, multiple other places you need to figure out what you like. The style of writing is very different, so you need to look at all these places. But Ruben Hasid, then if you're doing all this, you're pretty much covered.
Awesome.
Yep. I guess we have really got enough of your time, Meenank. And thanks again for joining in and sharing some details. As I said, only you could share. Nobody else in this planet Earth could share right now until we have a parallel universe. So thanks a lot for joining. And yep, I guess we'll talk again soon, pretty soon.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.